Good morning. February 19, Hindu Editorial. Discard in Puducherry. The CM's protest against the LG raises key issues that must be resolved early. This round of conflict between Puducherry Chief Minister V. Narayanasamy and Lieutenant Governor Kiran Bedi has been more serious than those in the past. Mr. Narayanasamy sat in protest for 6 days before the two could meet to hold talks to resolve a set of issues he raised in a letter earlier this month. He has been opposing what he calls Ms. Bedi's high-handedness and tendency to interfere in the administration. The two have had differences on many issues over the last 2 years. Such problems are an obvious consequence of the political structure of union territories in which the administrator, as the nominee of the president, enjoys powers superior to the chief minister and the council of ministers. The trigger for the latest standoff seems to have been Ms. Bedi's move to enforce the rule for two-wheeler riders to wear helmets. While the chief minister believes it can be enforced only after raising awareness, Ms. Bedi wants it implemented immediately. However, the chief minister insists that his protest has nothing to do with this. He lists the blocking of welfare schemes such as the free rice scheme and enhanced scholarship for scheduled caste students, among other actions of the LG, as the real issues. Whatever be the origin of this conflict, the sight of a chief minister on an indefinite dharna is not seemly. It could not have go indefinitely, and the fact that a dialogue was formally initiated, albeit after much delay, is a welcome development. Central to the conflict is the question whether Ms. Bedi is acting within her powers or exceeding her brief in seeking to play a proactive role in the affairs of the union territory. Under the constitution, the territory belongs to the president, who runs it through the LG as administrator. However, under section 44 of the Union Territories Act 1963, the administrator has to act on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. At the same time, any difference of opinion between them can be referred to the president, and in the meantime, the administrator's action prevails on an urgent matter. This scheme, which gives a clear edge to the center, can work only if there is harmony between the council and the LG. It would be unfortunate if individuals occupying Rajnivas in any union territory with the legislative assembly get carried away and ignore or undermine the elected body. Last year, ruling on the limits of the LG's powers in Delhi, the Supreme Court stressed the need for the LG as well as people's representative to function in harmony within constitutional parameters. The LG was cautioned against having a hostile attitude towards the ministers. There is no reason why that principle cannot be extended to Puducherry, which has a longer record of elected governments. February 19, Hindu Editorial 2. The bane in Spain on the call for snap elections. Snap elections could deepen fissures in its fragmented policy. The snap poll called for April 28 by Spain's minority socialist party government could deepen the fissures in the fragmented polity. The new anti-immigrant Vox party, which made inroads in December in Andalusia, Spain's most populous region, is the latest addition to the smaller formations that can hold the balance in a future coalition. The stability of the short-lived government of Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, whose fall has triggered the third general election since late 2015, had been under threat from the start. It was popped up last June by Catalan separatist parties, which were bound to turn into a liability for Mr. Sanchez. For the governing Socialist Party has, no less than the Conservative People's Party, consistently regarded the Catalonian demand for separation as a violation of the integrity of the Spanish Union. The previous centre-right government took a hard line on the separatist cause. It dissolved the regional parliament and imposed rule from Madrid following the October 2017 referendum and the unilateral declaration of independence. But Mr. Sanchez's efforts to renew a political dialogue have proved futile in the face of the volatility. Last year's commemorations marking Catalonia's National Day and the first anniversary of the controversial 2017 plebiscite saw large turnouts as separatist protests. Meanwhile, a recent government proposal to appoint a rapporteur to negotiate with the secessionists has been condemned as a betrayal by the conservations. The anti-government protest drew large crowds championing a united Spain and demands to vote out the socialists. A trial that started last week against the masterminds of the 2017 referendum is the latest flashpoint. Many of the defendants appearing before the Supreme Court were part of the regional Catalan government and face long prison terms if convicted. The trial has sealed any hope of the socialist government conceding its coalition Catalan allies' demand for a referendum on statehood. Within days, the separatists hit back, voting down the national budget alongside the opposition conservations, whom Mr. Sanchez unseated in June. Whereas prolonged instability has marred Spanish politics in recent years, the country had so far seemed immune to the populist surge spreading across the rest of the European Union. The entry of the extreme right Vox party to the Andalusian legislature has unsettled that status quo. The socialists are expected to emerge as the single largest party in April, but well short of a clear majority. The two center-right parties are also unlikely to muster enough numbers to form a government on their own. Opinions poll indicate that Vox could have a significant presence in the next parliament and be in a position to play kingmaker. This is not an attractive prospect for either the majority of moderates or the Catalan separatists. Spain needs stability at any cost today. Hindu editorial complete.